Hi, this is Charlie with Alpha Lacrosse, and today we're going to be teaching you how to string up a mid-pocket on our upcoming beta head. So to start out, you're going to want to take your piece of mesh out of the packaging and you're going to want to stretch it out so you get a nice deep pocket when you start stringing it and it won't be too tight. And then you're going to want to take this first 9-diamond row and fold this diamond over onto the next 9-diamond row and do that all the way down so you get this nice crease on the top of the mesh. And then you can pull it tight and make sure it stays folded right there. So you're going to take your top string at first and you're going to make a knot, just a regular knot, pull it through, and then you're going to take the string and come through this hole one more time just to make it a little bit thicker so that the hole won't have the knot slip through. You're then going to take the opposite end of the string. You can take a lighter and just burn the sides of the string a little bit and just melt it, and then take your fingers and pull like that to give it a nice tip. So that way you're going to have a nice hard surface to be pushing through the holes. Take the piece of string that you just tipped and this left of the 9-diamond row, go through the second hole on the head, come up through the bottom of the mesh, and then back around to this hole again, and then pull it through. And you're going to then come back up through that hole again, and you're just going to make a little lasso and pull the mesh tight to the side of the head, and that'll anchor it nice and tightly there. You'll make sure you keep it taut the whole time. And you're going to grab the string, you're going to come up into the first sidewall hole of the head, under and through the bottom of this next piece of mesh on the 9-diamond row. Make sure it's all taut. You're going to go through, pull it taut, and have it nice like this, have a knot there. Then you're going to take this string, come back down through that same hole you just came out of, and then come up through the top string hole, and back through that loop that you just made doing that. You're just going to make sure you have it tight the whole time and pull it down just like that. You should anchor it down. Next, you're going to skip this next hole of mesh and come to this fourth diamond, come through the top string hole, back through the hole, and do the same thing again as you did to that second 9-diamond hole. Pull it nice and taut again. You can kind of pull the mesh over to make sure you're getting each diamond centered under that top string hole, because your goal is to have this 5th diamond right under the middle of the head. Then you're going to pull this one taut, come back down, come back up through the hole right here, pull this one down again, get it nice and tight. Alright, and then we're just going to do the same thing again. Skip one hole, come to this next top string hole, down, back up through the mesh, pull it through, pull it nice and tight, center the diamonds, back down through that same diamond hole, up through the top string hole, and through that loop. Now we're going to do that one more time. Come down this last piece of mesh and just straight through that second sidewall hole, pull it through, and you come back over into that last diamond again, and then just wrap the string around right into this hole, pull it through, then you can pull it tight, and you'll anchor that piece of mesh to the sidewall again to keep the whole top string tight to the top of the head. And then, just like that first knot we started with on the top string, just gonna make a knot, come through, then you get a little tighter, come around again, pull it through the hole, and then tie it off. And that'll make sure that this top string knot doesn't slip through that hole. So now we're gonna move on to our sidewall after finishing our top string. We're gonna take this first sidewall string and we're just gonna do that same double knot where you're gonna come around, and then once again, go through, pull it tight so you get a nice thick knot right there that won't slip through any holes. Then we're going to take the opposite end, take our lighter again, and just melt the sides a little bit to give it a nice tip. So that way it's easier to string. Alright, so we're going to go through this third sidewall hole right after the second sidewall hole where we started our top string. We're going to go through and up this first 10-diamond row. We're going to pull it all the way through, to where our knot stops it, and then bring this same string around through that third sidewall hole again and back up through the same 10 diamond. So we'll anchor that first 10 diamond row to the side of the head to give us a good, nice, solid starting point on stringing. All right, so that's our tie, and then we want to pull the mesh tight at the top of the head to help create a channel. So we're going to take our string, skip a hole, come to this third row, and then we're going to come through the sidewall, up through the next 10 diamond row, and then come through that gap that we've made. We're going to pull it tight then, nice and tight to the side of the head, so we make sure it has a lot of tension on it. And then we're just going to hold the tension on it, skip another sidewall hole, and come to this one, and we're going to do the same thing. This is called an interlock. We'll be going through this hole, back up through that next 10 diamond row, and we'll make sure that we pull it tight to the side of the head. So nice and tight there to anchor it down. Just coming down through this sidewall hole, and then back through the next 10 diamond row. We're just going to pull it against the head, keep it nice and tight. And now we're going to do one more interlock. We're going to come to the outside of the head through the hole, and then back up through this piece of mesh. And we're going to tie it to the side. Make sure we have it nice and tight there. Now we're going to do a 1. We're going to come through the bottom of this next hole, back up, come in through the side, pull it up, come in through the outside sidewall hole, and then back through this loop. And then we're going to keep it nice in place right here, but deepens the pocket right there. Now we're going to do a 2. So we're going to come through the bottom of this next 10 diamond row. Then again through the next 10 diamond row. I'm going to pull it nice and tight, pull the mesh up, but for the 2, we're going to skip a sidewall hole and come in through this next one. We're going to come down, up, and then pull those pieces of mesh nice and tight together to help deepen the pocket right in the middle. And then we're going to finish off with a couple 1s. We're going to come through the bottom here, pull it nice and tight, and we're going to skip a sidewall hole though, so the pocket isn't too deep right here. And then we're going to come again to the next 10 diamond row, pull up, pull the mesh up, skip a sidewall hole, come down here, pull nice and together. Then we're going to do a 1 to tie it off. We're going to come to the top of this next 10 diamond row. We're going to come down through the last sidewall hole, coming out of the head, pull it nice and tight, and then we're just going to do a knot to finish it off. So we're going to use our bottom string now. We're going to take it just like every other string. We're going to start with that nice thick knot so that the string won't come through the hole in the head. We're going to pull it tight and bunch it up a little bit. And we're going to come in through this second bottom string hole. We're going to go up through the head and then down through that most left side or bottom string hole in the head. Pull it all the way through. And we're going to find this next 9 diamond row on the mesh. We're going to come up through that 9 diamond row, the most left diamond. We're going to skip 3 diamonds here and come in through the 5th diamond on the 9 diamond row and come down through it. We're going to pull it nice and tight, but let the mesh bag a little bit. And now we're going to come in through the 3rd bottom string hole. We're going to come down and up, pull that through. We're going to take the string and go down the hole that we started with, that 2nd bottom string hole, and pull that through. That's going to hold that mesh closer to the bottom of the head. We're going to come up and under into that same 5th diamond on the 9 diamond row and pull it all the way through. Come through the last diamond on the 9 diamond row, pull it down, coming through the 4th bomb string hole, and then we're gonna come through the 3rd bomb string hole right there. We're just gonna pull it through, and now bring the mesh all together nicely towards the bottom of the head. Help you keep a nice defined pocket. We're just gonna do a knot just to tie it off. And now for the shank strings, we're just gonna do the first 3 10 diamond rows. So we're gonna start on this bottom row. We're gonna come in between the sidewall and the sidewall string and come up through that first 10 diamond row. I'm gonna pull it through so you get the string like this. And then we're gonna go down the next hole and then up the one after. And then we're just gonna be weaving the 2nd string behind it. So we're just gonna go to the top of this one, pull it through, and then through the bottom on the following. This will help make the shank strings be nice and consistent for you, and they won't catch too much. So it wraps around the mesh and gives you this nice layering. So we're just gonna finish that up by going through the next following diamonds, just pulling all the way through. We're gonna come all the way to the opposite side of the head. When you get here, you're gonna go down through the hole and then back up through the sidewall and in between the sidewall string. That's gonna give you your string coming across like that. And you're gonna take this sidewall, or this shooting string, and you're just gonna keep wrapping it around each string. Now, mid pockets are really good for midfielders, attackmen, defensemen. It's the most versatile pocket. And it's good if you want to carry the ball with 1 hand on your stick or 2. I recommend it for shooters, dodgers, or any player who's even new to the game. And then when you get to the end, you're just gonna do a double knot. Just keep the knot nice and tight to the side of the head. Now we're gonna take another shank string and do the exact same thing on this 10 diamond row. And then we're gonna do the same thing with a shooting nylon on this first 10 diamond row. All right, and now when we finish up the head, we're gonna wanna cut all of our strings so we have about an inch and a half at the end of the string, just a little bit extra so nothing slips through the knots. And we're gonna just take a lighter and melt the strings down so that they don't fray. And now we have our finished mid pocket on the alpha beta head. So with this pocket, we get a nice channel in the head, and a nice deep mid pocket. This pocket's super easy to learn and will play very well for you. We'll also be doing tutorials on high pockets and low pockets as well. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next time.